Mark the X. This is AM 970 WSTX. AM 970 WSTX.
Good morning, good morning. Reflections here. Looking in the community mirror, what do you see? Well, if it's not up to par, jump on in and make a difference, because that's how it happens. People make the difference. You get involved in the community and you make the difference. And this morning we have a representative of an organization that is making a difference. Crucian Heritage and Nature Tourism, better known and affectionately known as CHANT. And we have here, as their ambassador this morning, we have Miss Frandelle Gerard. All right, good.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you? Thanks for having me.
You shouldn't ask me how I do it, because I don't
okay.
get into this long diatribe about great, fantastic, outstanding, just plain excellent.
Well,
and the
see,
next
that's
thing you know,
fantastic.
The show done. Okay, but go ahead.
Okay, well, I'm here because it's we just kicked off our preview for Chant's huge fundraising push for the end of the month. We had a little preview event on Tuesday with Dine VI that went extremely well.
Right.
And for those that don't know, Chant is a nonprofit, VI nonprofit that promotes cultural heritage and nature tourism. And so we work to develop from within, working with training tour guides, tour operators, creating tour operators, and integrating authentic Crucian experience into our tourism product.
All right.
And one of those, of course, is food. So we started about 4 years ago with Crucian Fusion. And we're really pleased that this year Chef Digby Stradiron has volunteered to serve as our featured chef. And I've just gotten confirmation that another young Crucian, Frank Robinson, will be joining us as our featured mixologist.
All right.
And we've got a phenomenal kickoff on November 29th. We'll be having a slow-down dinner at the Ridge to Reef Farm with Chef Digby. At last count, I think it's a 8-course meal. But what's really special about that is the world-renowned James Beard Foundation. This will be an event, the second one that we're doing in partnership with the James Beard Foundation as Friends of James Beard Foundation Scholarship Fund. So we'll be doing two things. We'll be raising money for Chant and then also contributing to the James Beard Foundation scholarship program to help mentor young Virgin Islanders in the future in the culinary industry. So the 29th is that. We have, we're doing something new. The Department of Agriculture always partners with us. And this year we're going to do a farmer's market on wheels. We're going to take our chefs and cooks that have signed up to participate in our big event, which is December the 5th, and other people, and do a tour of the different farms so that we can connect the chefs and the cooks with the people that are growing the food products.
Fantastic.
Yeah. And then we have a private dinner that we'll be having at a very beautiful home in Frederickstead. And that, of course, will be, Chef Digby will be there. And then December the 5th, Saturday, at the Wim Museum, we will have Crucian Fusion. We will be presenting and honoring Stanley Jacobs and the 10 Sleepless Nights.
Hey, all right.
And our theme this year is Guava Berry, the 12 Nights of Christmas. So you can come out for $50. Actually, some of the tickets are a little bit cheaper right now if you buy early. We got some early bird specials. And taste and food and drink from Crucian cooks and chefs and restaurateurs and our young people. And we just challenge them to take traditional Crucian food to another level, to a gourmet level. So for $50, you get a plate, you get a glass, you walk around and enjoy. And we'll be listening to Stanley on the 12 Sleepless Nights at night.
Okay.
So it should be the place to be
All right.
on December the 5th.
Well, I'm going to just throw in a little suggestion to lively things up at an auction. An auction for
Okay.
a Jimmy John.
Uh-huh. Well, I know somebody who don't make guava berry.
That's
So,
right.
I have had to order the Jimmy Johns, okay? Because
Okay.
you can't find a Jimmy John on this island.
You know?
You know anybody with one they want to give up?
I want that silly.
Okay, good. I will take looking for
right.
Jimmy John's.
Yeah, that would add a nice little twist to it there.
Yes.
Auction for a Jimmy
Absolutely,
John.
absolutely.
Give
That's a
them-
good idea.
Yeah, give
Yeah.
them a chance. So all our philanthropists to step up to the plate there in a humorous and definitely in the spirit of supporting what we're
Absolutely,
doing. Yeah, okay.
absolutely.
And of course, it's Christmas.
It's Christmas. We're kicking, it's
Yep.
the kickoff. That
Yep.
weekend is the kickoff right
Right,
after
right.
Thanksgiving. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Alright.
should be a great season.
Okay, well, I'm glad that you could make it and tell us
Yeah.
about these organizations, this organization, the things that you've been doing. Okay, and I want to tell you that I acquired, in support of the organization, I acquired the video that you folks did a while back. And that video is now in Massachusetts.
Oh, it got
Okay.
hijacked.
No.
Oh.
The whole purpose was to I have these nephews. All right, they're growing up there. They're learning everything about there. If we don't take any type of initiative to help our expatriates to have something to pass on to their young people, then we put ourselves in a situation where they're going to be not knowing the history. And if they don't learn the history, then we're putting ourselves at risk in a way that it just don't make any sense.
I agree. I mean, and that's one of the things that we've really focused on is, telling our history from our perspective, because it's only now that we're gathering all of the writings that have been done by Virgin Islanders and looking at the Virgin Islanders and their impact, not just in our society but the world. And that little walking tour, that little video of the historical walking tour of Christiansted and Frederiksted just touches the surface. We'd like to do another one where we focus on the free gut areas in both towns of Christiansted and Frederiksted, because a lot of people don't know there's a free gut in Frederiksted, or that there's a free gut in Christiansted and what that means, and the value of our vernacular architecture. The other thing we want to do is make sure that people who are in the industry, who are interacting with visitors on a daily basis, tell the story accurately, because too often it's we hear, and the stories are passed on by word of mouth, and what they heard and what is true can sometimes be a little different.
Yeah, and it's important that we take the initiative and do it, because nobody could do it for us.
Absolutely.
And nobody could do it like us.
Exactly.
All right? No,
Exactly.
I'm looking forward to that. And I think you'll find a lot of support in the community, and to the extent that we can market it effectively. We have a lot of folks who are away. You see, we have our program about VI ambassadors and everything. We got a lot of folks that are
Oh, yeah.
away that have not forgotten their culture and are willing to hold on to any tidbit that they can to help promote and preserve that culture.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Agreed.
I gotta get a song from Image Band, because I keep finding myself using that term, preserve. And of course, the song that they did, And that's really what you have to do, because if you don't find a way to memorialize it, you lose it.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then, or somebody comes in and totally redefines it and said, this is what is the culture. And no. We want to preserve the culture. We're open to every other culture, but we need to preserve our culture in the process too.
Yeah, and I think it's really, really when you look at the dynamics of our community, and I'm speaking about St. Croix specifically, and what has happened over the last 45 years, and the absolute imbalance that has happened in terms of the percentage of the population that are native Virgin Islanders versus new immigrants, you know, and the huge change in our population in the 50s and 60s. But our culture is so strong, and our history resonates with so many people. And it's in part because our culture is based and has been influenced by people throughout the Caribbean. So our great leaders weren't, you know, Budho was born in Antigua. Some of our most renowned Virgin Islanders and Crucians came from someplace else, but infused, created this foundation in our history and culture that is really strong.
It's strong, and it's something to preserve as a reference point.
Absolutely.
As a reference point for any and everyone in that sense. No, it's like I said, we appreciate all cultures, but what happened, and this is what I observed, and I say this because I go down with my camera, and some of our culture bearers saying, "Don't take my picture," and I need to take your picture. What I gonna show my children? What I gonna tell people is what we do here. I need to take your picture.
Exactly.
And now more and more they're becoming more receptive to that. And I think that's basically what happened. A lot of folks love to show off the culture, but ask about a camera and a video camera, and all of a sudden the subject changed to the lawsuit.
and the other thing is like our food. You know, how many people can really, I mean, I look at the tart recipes that I've found, and it just doesn't turn out right.
Yes.
Something got left out when they wrote
you.
those recipes, right? So we at some point need to say to those culture bearer families that you know where you get the best tart, you know where you get the best sweet bread, you know where you get, you know, all of those good things that, you know, we'd love to preserve. Those food traditions, and we need the recipe.
Well,
yes, we're working on it.
I'm going to throw out. I see. You know, I know you got engagements and everything, but I'm going to throw out something, right? I did a video documentary one time called "Bread in a Basket." Bread in a bag. I'm sorry, bread in a bag. It was an innovative way in which children learn to do bread and whatever. But the bottom line is that it's very simple to document the steps of doing something. You're not going to give away the family secret. We're not going to tell them what all the secret ingredients are. But we want folks to see. So we got culture bearers out there that want to document some of these things. You talk to folks like Doug Canton, talks to folks like down there at the Wim Museum, so forth and so on. And let's document it.
Let's document it.
Let's
Absolutely.
document it. Let's
Absolutely.
do it. Because you know what? It's all about fun.
Yeah.
It ain't work. It's fun.
Yeah, you know, I want to add something about secret ingredients. So, you know, people get they're tight about that. But then when you die or you've passed on, it's
gone.
no more. It's gone.
It's gone.
You know, and I think Frandelle is absolutely right, and you're absolutely right to share that. You know, you or have it, you pass it on to someone so that that tradition can continue to be carried on. Because you know, I've actually heard. I have a close friend who said their grandparent or something was really good at making a particular dish, but would never tell.
They can't replicate
and
it
they
now.
can't replicate it. Right, it's gone forever, and now you know they just have a memory
Right.
of what that was. You know, and so you know, sharing our history and our culture and our traditions is so very important.
So
Yeah,
important.
you
So
know.
important.
Well,
Yeah.
at the expense and cost of redundancy, I would like you to go over the schedule again.
Okay, no problem. And just so everybody knows, they can go to www.chantvi.org and click on Crucian Fusion, and all of the information is there. November 29th is the multi-course slow-down dinner. It's a Friends of James Beard Foundation fundraiser. big deal. We're having one of the vice presidents of the James Beard Foundation as our special guest. And that's from 5:30 to, usually it goes till about 9:30 or 10. And then on the following Wednesday, which is, if my brain is working correctly, December the 2nd. Am I getting that right?
Well,
no.
that's okay.
But
tell us about the event.
The Wednesday is our farm tour, where cooks and chefs will go out and visit farmers on the farm to buy goods for preparing for later in the week. And the Thursday, we'll be doing a private dinner. Only 26 seats will be available, 6 of which will be a chef's table. And it will be at the Cohen residence, which is, the newly renovated home on Strand Street that's right next to the museum center. So it'll be there. And then the final event, December the 5th at Wim Museum. From 6 till the food done and the music stop, will be Crucian Fusion, Guava Berry, 12 Nights of Christmas, and we'll be honoring Stanley Jacobs and the 10 Sleepless Nights.
All right. And hopefully auctioning at Jimmy John.
Okay, if I get my hands on one, you're going to be the first to know.
Keep repeating
because
that
the
one
first
because
night of Christmas is a Jimmy John,
yeah,
a Guava Berry.
Yeah. And I'm just throwing that out there, so hopefully it could catch on like a little fire and we make it happen, that kind of thing. So, yeah. Okay.
And then if anybody's in Frederickstead, there's one project that a lot of people don't know is a CHANT project, just because the way it's out there. But there's a new community garden effort happening in Frederickstead, the Frederickstead Community Garden. It's on the property that all Fredericksteaders know as FASTA. Anyway, for those of you who aren't Fredericksteaders, it's on Percy Gardine and Fisher Street. And we've started in partnership with Waste Management, VI Waste Management Authority, and the Department of Agriculture. So Thursday afternoon, 4 o'clock, we're out there. It's our work day. Come on out.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, Frandelle, so good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
And I look forward to having you back. In fact, I have you penciled in for the last Thursday. The last Thursday of... anyhow, you let me know what day you want.
Last Thursday of November? That's Thanksgiving.
That's Thanksgiving. That's right.
That's
Okay,
yeah.
well, I might be here with my talkie.
You don't have a birthday wrong. No. Yours is Ollie.
That's Danny and Denise.
Okay, and mine.
Are you?
Okay. That's why I knew we used to celebrate. See, what he ain't telling you is we all grew up on the hill together when we were little children.
Then was the day.
I know. Thank you so much for having me.
My pleasure.
Everybody have a great day.
Okay, and we might be eating turkey here. You never know.
You never know.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Frandelle. Okay.